Hi, everyone, and a pleasant good evening to you. We are now online, I believe, and we do apologize for the lateness of getting us going here. I had some technical issues there to get going, but it looks like we're on and going now. The Fort Scott Lady Tigers taking on the Frontenac Lady Raiders, and we are tied at 2 with about 5.5 minutes to play in the first quarter of this one here tonight. Kylie Comstock is at the free throw line for the Tigers. First free throw for Kylie is good. Foul was called on Skylar Hutchinson. That's her second. Second free throw is no good for Kylie. And the Lady Tigers lead at 3-2 here in the first quarter. Thanks again for joining us on Duckbait TV. Again, sorry for the late start. We had some technical issues, but it looks like we're up and running now. And so, again, thanks for joining us. Shot inside for Frontenac, no good. Rebound, the Lady Tigers come the other direction. Ahead it goes to Rogers, and a layup good there for J.C. Rogers. And now another steal for Fort Scott out front. Over to Abby Gorman, and a layup good for Gorman. And just like that, the Lady Tigers have a 7-2 lead. And we've got a timeout on the floor. So again, thanks for joining us here this evening. Again, I do apologize for getting a late start at it, but 4:47 to go here in the first quarter. And the Fort Scott Lady Tigers lead this one 7-2 over Frontenac. Lady Tigers have J.C. Rogers, Kylie Comstock, Abby Gorman, Claire McElroy, and Aubrey Yarick on the floor right now. Frontenac gets it up the floor. They get it to Marley Stout. She's a 5'11 junior for the Lady Raiders. She's got it on the right wing. Now kick it over to Taylor Kaiser. Now they'll get it inside. Down to Hadley Goodwin. Shot there, doesn't go. And now it's stuck on the wedgie and, just fell out. So 4:19 to play. And a pass there might have been deflected. Fort Scott able to chase it down, though. Shot blocked. Rebound taken by Frontenac. Lady Raiders trying to get it up the floor here against Fort Scott's defense. Drive into the lane. Shot blocked by Comstock. Rebound chased down by the Raiders, though. Now they'll get it back to the top. Oh, nice job defensively by McElroy. She poked the ball away, and will take it up and lay it in. So McElroy gets the basket. And Fort Scott now with a 9-2 lead. Three-pointer at the other end is good for the Lady Raiders. I believe that was Addison Myers with the three-pointer there. Fort Scott still with the lead, and now we've got a stoppage as we'll get another substitution for Fort Scott here. Allie Brown back on the floor for the Lady Tigers. She's got the ball right now. Three-pointer by Rogers in the corner. Doesn't go. Rebound taken by Frontenac. Lady Raiders bring it up the floor. They get it to Tinley Sullivan. And now it's lost and stolen by Fort Scott. Lady Tigers will head the other direction. Ball goes ahead to Rogers, and it's a little bit too far and out of bounds. So a whole new substitution line here for Frontenac, as they will get Reese Franklin, Alana Sullivan, Maddie Bland all into the game. And Abby Gorman will check back in for Fort Scott. Casey McGowan also in the game for Frontenac. Lady Raiders get it across the court. Ella Sullivan is also on the floor. And is the third team foul on Fort Scott here. It is the first one on Aubrey Yarick tonight. Free throw for Sullivan, no good. Kylie Comstock will check back in for Fort Scott as Rogers comes off the floor. Free throw too short. And it'll go back over to Fort Scott. Fort Scott dealing with a full court press from Frontenac here, and it's knocked away, but knocked out of bounds by the Lady Raiders. Inbounds play comes in, and it's picked up there by Frontenac, stolen by Frontenac, and now knocked out of bounds by the Lady Tigers. So a little bit of a sluggish last couple of minutes here for both of these teams. Fort Scott still with a 4-point lead. 2:14 to play in the first quarter. Inbounds play for Frontenac near the timeline, and they threw it away. Stolen by Rayleigh. She'll get it into the front court for the Lady Tigers. Back out to Gorman. And Abby will take it to the top and reset the offense here. Go to the left, now back to the top. Into the hands of Brown. Now they'll go back right side. To the corner it goes. Now back to Alley on the right side wing. Now to Gorman in the corner. Get in there. Just a little bit too strong. Rebound to Frontenac. Fort Scott has really struggled from the three-point line so far this season, but hopefully that will turn around. I'm sure it will soon for the Lady Tigers. Pass goes over to Bland, and she'll get it inside. Shot there is good off the glass. Reese Sullivan put that one in for Frontenac, and now it's back to a 2-point game. Now the Tigers trying to deal with full court press. They're really good defensively with their full court press, but dealing with a little bit here from the Lady Raiders, who come into tonight 1-3 on the season. Losses to Labette County, Riverton, and Lamar. They did defeat Anderson County 47-16. Back on December 17th, there's a steal. And Frontenac will bring it back into the, shot blocked by Gorman, and she'll come away with it. Over to Brown, now inside it goes. Shot there by Yarick, too short. Rebound picked up by Rayleigh. She's had it and then had it knocked out of her hands. Frontenac comes away with it there. 38 seconds to play in the quarter. Pass goes inside to Franklin. Now back out. Three-pointer from Bland. That one doesn't go. A little bit too short. Rebound picked up by Frontenac. Now it's knocked away by Fort Scott, but recovered by Sullivan. That's Alana Sullivan. There's 3 Sullivans on the roster for Frontenac. Here's a shot blocked out of bounds again by the Lady Tigers, and that's another block for Kylie Comstock, as the Lady Tigers will get McElroy and Rogers back in the game. Comstock, so far this season, had 14 blocks coming into tonight, has already had a couple here on the floor this evening. Pass goes far side. Three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go. Rebound loose, picked up there by the Lady Tigers. They'll come back the other way with it. Ahead to Gorman. Into the corner it goes. Now we got a whistle. The clock ran out. So into the first quarter there, I didn't realize how much time was actually left in the first quarter clock. And the buzzer sounds, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter with your score. Fort Scott 9 and Frontenac 7. We're going to stay here for just a minute, try to take care of some housekeeping things. Again, we do apologize for the late start, but it looks like we're on and running right now. So thanks for joining us here on Duckbait TV. Lady Tigers with a 2-point lead here at the end of 8 minutes. And again, they come into play at 5-0, 2-0 in the SEK League. Of course, this is not a league game here tonight, but it is the first home game this evening here at the Tiger Dome. So excited to see the crowd here tonight on a night and day that was a couple of days that have not been great weather-wise here in the area. But we expected a good crowd to come up from Frontenac. It's not too far of a drive for the folks from Frontenac. And they've got a pretty good contingent here of Raider fans, and we anticipated a really good crowd for the Lady Tigers and the Tiger Boys. A game coming up second here tonight, and we've got that so far, and that's looking like it's going to be the case again this season for the crowds here at the Tiger Dome. Always great crowds here at the Tiger Dome, so looking forward to this season coming up here, the home slate for the Tigers and Lady Tigers this season. Frontenac starts the second quarter with the basketball. They'll get it down inside. Now back out it comes. Ball deflected by Gorman. She'll chase it down. Gorman and Cowan both together, and they threw it away. Nice defense by Taylor Kaiser to come back on that. Shot inside. That one doesn't go. Rebound taken by Fort Scott. So the Lady Tigers will come the other way with it. Pass ahead and a little bit too far that time. It goes out of bounds. So back over to Frontenac with 7:14 to play here in the second quarter. As I mentioned, the Lady Raiders come in just 1-3 on the season. In their first 4 games, their only win was against Anderson County in Frontenac back on December 17th. They've had a few close games. They lost to Riverton by 6 in Riverton. Of course, that's a CNC League game for them, and they'll do a double round robin in the CNC just like Fort Scott and everybody does in the SEK. So they'll play Riverton in Frontenac later in the season. Here's a ball deflected there by the Lady Tigers, and they'll get it ahead, and pass stolen again by Frontenac, so they'll come back the other way. Some turnovers here early on for the Lady Tigers. Fort Scott's done a really good job at forcing turnovers this season. They forced 139 turnovers overall coming into tonight. Don't have my calculator up, but that's a lot in 5 games. Coming up on 6 minutes to play now. Fort Scott back with the ball in the front court. Kick it over to Gorman. Now back to Comstock near the top. 10 on the shot clock. Turnaround shot there, partially blocked, chased down, and knocked out of bounds. Who touched it last? I'll say it's Frontenac basketball, so they'll reset the shot clock on the change of possession. Fort Scott will get a couple of subs as Allie Brown will check back in. They also get Aubrey Yarrick back on the floor. Cowan and Rogers come off. Fort Scott, or Frontenac rather, will have possession. They get it into the front court. Pass goes across the court. Taken there by the Raiders. Now pass deflected inside, stolen away by Fort Scott. Here come the Lady Tigers ahead, and the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. Frontenac's done a really good job of getting back on defense here. And they say, yeah, it's Fort Scott basketball. So Frontenac's turned the ball over early some here, but they have done a really good job of getting back on defense. And not allowing Fort Scott some easy layups early on here. Here's a shot by Comstock inside. It's no good. Frontenac grabs the rebound. Looked like Addison Myers that came down with it. Shot inside. And another miss. McElroy goes right to the hoop and scores. So Claire with an early 4 points here tonight. Now Frontenac gets it into the lane, turn around, and they'll kick it back out. Three-pointer on the way. That one too strong. Rebound batted out of bounds, and it goes back to Fort Scott. 4:28 to go here in the first half. Lady Tigers with a 4-point lead once again, 11-7. And we got a whistle here. Looked like Fort Scott was trying to get a sub here quick. And they're being a little bit more stringent on those substitutions this year. Must be a directive from nearly a travel on Fort Scott, but they get it ahead up to Comstock. Here's a three-pointer on the way from Aubrey Yarrick. That one doesn't go. Rebound chased down by the Lady Raiders. Addison Myers gets the ball. And they'll go up to Stout. She's got it in the corner. Inside it goes to Kaiser. Back to Stout. Three-pointer on the way. That one too long. Rebound Fort Scott ahead to Gorman. Now up to Brown. Brown's got some advantage there. Takes a shot. Doesn't go, but a foul. Looks like Allie's going to get some free throws here. Just under 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Foul's going to go on Addison Myers, her first. Team's first of the quarter. Inbounds play comes in. Shot there doesn't go by, I think that was Yarrick with the shot. Now we got a rebound or a jump ball on the rebound, and possession will favor the Lady Tigers. Into the corner, three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go for Gorman. Rebound taken by the Raiders. Fort Scott got a substitution as Lorelei Clark is in the game now, 5'9" freshman for Fort Scott. Ball deflected, loose inside. Frontenac gets it back. And now we got a whistle and they're going to travel there on the Lady Raiders. The ball goes back over to Fort Scott with 3:23 to play. And now Rayleigh Cowan back on the floor for Fort Scott. Brown will come out for a quick breather. Gorman to Cowan, around to the left side. Into the corner it goes, now back around to Cowan. Out to Clark, she'll fire from deep, that one doesn't go. Nice rebound inside by Aubrey, and she'll put it back in. So Yarrick gets her first points of the night. And Fort Scott increases that lead back up to 6. Maybe their largest of the night. It was 7-2 early in the first quarter, or about midway through the first quarter. Skylar Hutchinson has the ball now. They'll get it off. Here's a shot inside. Doesn't go for Lake and Sullivan. We got a whistle, and they're going to call a travel on the rebound. Fort Scott did grab the rebound. Looked like Clark will get credit for that, but then a travel, and Fort Scott will turn it back over. Substitution here for the Raiders as they'll get their line change onto the floor here. Ella Sullivan. Reese Franklin to toss it in. Alana Sullivan. Shot good there for Casey McGowan. And now Fort Scott gets it back across the timeline. Out to Rayleigh. Over to Clark in the corner. Open for three. She was calling for it, but missed it. A little strong. Rebound taken by Frontenac. Shot there. Doesn't go. Rebound loose and picked up by the Lady Tigers. And we got a whistle here. Foul's going to go on Hadley Goodwin, her first. First free throw for Rayleigh Cowan is good. Allie Brown will come back in for Fort Scott here as well. Also get Kylie Comstock back on the floor here. Second free throw for Rayleigh is good. So 15-9, Fort Scott with the lead here. Trying to start to pull away here. Again, Frontenac, you look at that record at 1-3 and you think, well, they may not be very good, but that may not be the whole story after just 4 games for them. Frontenac has a rich history, really, in any sport if you look long enough, but especially on the basketball floor for the girls. You've had many sub-state championships, state tournament appearances throughout the years. They have a very rich tradition. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go. Rebound chased down by Reese Franklin. Pass goes inside. Now back out. It comes to Sullivan. Ella Sullivan has it, kicking it around to Lakin Sullivan on the left side. Now they'll come back. 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Three-pointer from Ella Sullivan. That one doesn't go. Rebound chased down in the corner by Fort Scott. They'll get it out to Brown, and Allie will bring it up the court here. 40 seconds to go in the half. Inside to Comstock. Nice little turnaround shot there by Kylie, and she gets it to go. A little bit of a slow start for Kylie tonight, but she's got 5 now. And the shot clock turned off as we're under 35 seconds to go in the half. Frontenac gets it up the floor. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That one too short. Rebound chased down. Taken out of there by Fort Scott. Ahead to Brown. She's got an open look here. Oh, had to chase it down just a little bit. Couldn't quite get the handle on it. Now they'll get it inside. Back out to Allie. 5 seconds to go. Back in. Kylie trying to do something with it there, and the clock's going to run out, and that'll take us to the end of the first half with your score. Fort Scott 17 and Frontenac 9. Good second quarter there for the Lady Tigers as they outscored Frontenac 8-2 and lead this one by 8 going into the break. We'll take a break and come back. This is Fort Scott Lady Tiger basketball on Duckbait TV. Patty West and Crystal Cowan are a mother-daughter duo selling personal and commercial insurance. If you need home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, business, or commercial insurance, they've got you covered. Visit them at 3 East Wall Street in downtown Fort Scott or call 620-223-0700. Need a full mani-pedi before big weekend plans? Or maybe you want some special nail art to celebrate your favorite singer's football-playing boyfriend? Either way, Delina Beatty is ready to help. Nails by Delin is on all the socials, and you can call or text at 620-704-1315. Nails by Delin at Spoiled Brat on 3rd Street in downtown Fort Scott. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. If you need residential, interior, or exterior painting done, or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura et Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help you with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. Well, welcome back in as we are here at halftime. The Fort Scott Lady Tigers lead the Frontenac Lady Raiders by the score of 17-9. See if we can run down the halftime scoring here real quick. Rayleigh Cowan has 2 points for the Lady Tigers. Abby Gorman also with 2 in the first half. Claire McElroy with 4. Kylie Comstock had 5. Aubrey Yarrick ended with 2, and J.C. Rogers also had 2. For Frontenac, as both teams had a bit of a slow start to the scoring, at least in this one here tonight. Reese Franklin has 2. Casey McGowan has 2. Addison Myers has 3. And Marley Stout has 2. And that's where we're at here at the break with your score 17-9. Frontenac, or Fort Scott leading Frontenac here in this one. Let's take another break and we'll come back with the second half of this one here tonight. This is Fort Scott Lady Tiger basketball on Duckbait TV. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. Patty West and Crystal Cowan are a mother-daughter duo selling personal and commercial insurance. If you need home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, business, or commercial insurance, they've got you covered. Visit them at 3 East Wall Street in downtown Fort Scott or call 620-223-0700. If you need residential, interior, or exterior painting done, or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura et Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help you with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617. Need a full mani-pedi before big weekend plans? Or maybe you want some special nail art to celebrate your favorite singer's football-playing boyfriend? Either way, Delyn Beatty is ready to help. Nails by Delyn is on all the socials, and you can call or text at 620-704-1315. Nails by Delyn at Spoiled Brat on 3rd Street in downtown Fort Scott. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. Well, welcome back as we are just a few minutes away from getting the second half underway here tonight. Fort Scott Lady Tigers lead the Frontenac Lady Raiders by the score of 17-9 here at the break. Fort Scott being led by Kylie Comstock. No real surprise there. Kylie, their leading scorer this season. She is scoring 15 points a game for the Lady Tigers. Abby Gorman second on that list with 11.8 points per game. Kylie just shy of averaging a double-double for the season so far, pulling down 7.4 rebounds per game for the Lady Tigers. She did have a double-double against Chanute Chanute the last time out. See how things go along here tonight. As we mentioned, the Frontenac Lady Raiders coming in at 1-3 overall. Their head coach is Scott Fields, and they've had a slow start to the season. They lost to Labette County in their first game of the year. The final score in that one was 41-23. I think from watching some highlights that I watched over the last couple of days, they were a little bit closer than that. For most of that game, it kind of got a little wonky towards the end as far as the score was concerned, but that'll be something Fort Scott will be interested in as the Lady Tigers go to Altamont to face Labette County on Friday. Frontenac's also lost to Riverton and Lamar from over in Missouri. Riverton obviously a league game for them, and second half is now underway. As Frontenac starts with the basketball. They're working into the front court. Pass it over to the left side. Drive to the bucket there. Now kicks it back out. Shot for the Lady Raiders does not go in. Rebound, Fort Scott. Fort Scott grabbed the steal there. Frontenac got the rebound. Fort Scott with the steal. Ahead to Brown. Layup is good. Allie gets her first points of the evening. And that Lady Tiger lead now into double digits. We are using the shot clock here tonight. That's something the CNC will not do during their league games, but the SEK is, and so Fort Scott will do that during all of their home games. This is the only non-SEK league home game for Fort Scott tonight, or this season. But that's something we haven't really seen a big issue so far for Frontenac, not being used to it. Shot there by the Lady Tigers, doesn't go. Rebound and the putback is no good. Frontenac comes out of there with it. They'll go to the baseline. Shot there, doesn't go. Rebound loose and picked up by Fort Scott here. So The Lady Tigers will come back the other way. Gorman gets it across the timeline. Over to Brown in the corner. Three-pointer on the way. They're more of a wing, really. And shot doesn't go. Rebound comes out of bounds. And they'll say it was last touched by Frontenac. Kind of an interesting situation as, of course, you play the double round robin in the league, so you play everybody in the SCK twice. But you don't typically play the non-league opponents twice during the regular season, but it's possible that it could happen this year as Fort Scott is going to the Frontenac Invitational in a few weeks as well. That's a bracketed tournament, so it's not a round robin like the Paola tournament is, as there's a missed shot by Fort Scott. So it's possible the Fort Scott Lady Tigers could play Frontenac again, depending on how the seedings and the brackets go for that later on in the month. That'll come up at the end of January here. Here's a steal by Fort Scott. Layup at the other end by McElroy, no good. Rebound comes down to Frontenac. Shot there, doesn't go. And the rebound taken by the Raiders. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That one is good in the corner for Taylor Kaiser. All of a sudden, that 10-point lead for the Lady Tigers has been trimmed to 5 now, as it's 19-14. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, or third quarter, rather. Pass goes inside, now back out to McElroy. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by the Lady Tigers into the corner, or the wing, rather, and that's 3. They'll give Abby Gorman a three-pointer on that. Thought maybe her toe was just barely on the line, but they give her the 3 points. And that'll help her out quite a bit. Fort Scott, as I mentioned earlier, not shooting all that well from the three-point line so far this season. Just 21% coming into tonight. But that one will count as a 3. 22-14 now. Fort Scott back up by 8. They'll get it quickly into the front court. Three-pointer on the way, and that one no good. Rebound taken by the Raiders. Frontenac gets it into the lane. Shot there, doesn't go. Rebound, Rogers on the backside. And she'll get it out to Gorman. Abby brings it across the timeline. Now into the corner, or the wing. The depth perception is off a little bit tonight here. And the three-pointer was no good, and then we got a foul on the rebound. Foul is on J.C. Rogers. It'll be her first. Team's first in the quarter, and Frontenac will take a timeout here. So the Raiders take a 30-second timeout. So again, Fort Scott will be at Labette County on Friday, and then they'll be at home against Pittsburgh next Tuesday before traveling to Coffeyville next Friday, and then the Frontenac Invitational January 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And then they close out the month of January the following week at Girard on Tuesday, and then at home against Independence. And that game against Independence kicks off a string of 5 out of 6 that'll be here at the Tiger Dome for the Lady Tigers. You get Allie Wheeler into the game at that last possible opportunity. Allie, a 5'6" sophomore. Again, don't forget we've got the boys game coming up next. Now we got a whistle here as the ball was loose. and tied up, so it is Fort Scott basketball on the alternate possession here. Rogers to inbound. Gets it right to Gorman under the basket, and Abbey scores the bucket. So a lead that was 10 for the Lady Tigers was cut to 5 fairly quickly by Frontenac. Now back out to 10 at 24-14 with 3:05 to play in the third quarter, excuse me. I'll get it right eventually. Ball goes right for Frontenac. Now they'll kick it back around to the left side. Here's a shot inside by Taylor Kaiser that goes in. She's got 5 now. And we got a whistle here and a travel on Fort Scott. The ball goes back over to the Raiders. Three-pointer on the way. That one off the back rim. Rebound taken by Fort Scott. Now ahead it goes. Up to Wheeler. Now back to Gorman. Now back to Wheeler on the right side wing. Working against it. Looks like a 2-3 zone from Frontenac here right now. Pass deflected and stolen, and a quick foul, I believe, on Aubrey Yorick. That'll be her second tonight. Kylie Comstock comes back in for Fort Scott. Yeah, Fort Scott able to get it back. Gorman gets it across the timeline. Abbey drives in, now stops. Across the court it goes to Rogers. Three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go. Rebound inside. Aubrey had it for a moment. Tried to save it back in bounds and had it knocked to a Frontenac player there. So the Raiders will get it across the timeline with Alana Sullivan. And they kick it inside to Reese Franklin. Shot there, doesn't go. Rebound batted towards the corner. And that one will go out of bounds. And who touched it last? Ball goes around. Now Frontenac gets it down low, and a shot is good by Hadley Goodwin inside. We cut back to 6 for Fort Scott. That one was a kick ball. It'll stay with Fort Scott here. Inbounds play comes in, and shot is good there for Kylie Comstock. Frontenac able to get it across the timeline. Now they'll go back over to Sullivan. Inside it goes to Franklin. And now we got a whistle and a tie ball here. Possession arrow favors Frontenac. 27 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lady Tigers lead by 8. Shot there for Frontenac, doesn't go. Rebound loose. They say it went out of bounds off of the Raiders. It'll be Fort Scott basketball. Gorman brings it around, now kicks it over to Comstock. Three-pointer from the wing. That one doesn't go. Rebound taken by Allie Wheeler. Now back to Gorman. Shot there, no good. Nice rebound, put back. That is good for Comstock, and that will close out the third quarter here tonight. So Fort Scott takes a 10-point lead into the final period of play. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fort Scott Lady Tiger basketball on Duckbait TV. If you need residential, interior, or exterior painting done, or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura et Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help you with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617. So Fort Scott will start the fourth quarter with Abby Gorman, Allie Brown, Kylie Comstock, Rayleigh Cowan, and Claire McElroy on the floor, all in white for the Lady Tigers here. Final 8 minutes to go, and we'll see how things go in this quarter for the Lady Tigers, leading this one 28-18. Pass goes to Comstock. She'll drive the right side of the lane, puts one up and in. Again, Comstock averaging 15 points a game for the Lady Tigers. Ball nearly stolen away, and it is going to be stolen away. So say it was out of bounds off of Frontenac. They get it to Kylie. She'll drive the lane and scores again. Comstock getting close to that average now. Two points away from it if my calculations are right. I've got her with 13, and again, she's got 15 a game for the Lady Tigers. Pass goes into the corner to Sullivan, Tinley Sullivan. Now back inside. Shot there, goes no good. Rebound taken by McElroy for the Lady Tigers. She'll pull it out of there. Now 3-on-3 break for Fort Scott. They'll get it ahead to Cowan. Now over to Brown. Thought about that three a little bit too long. Now kicks it over to Gorman. Back out to Brown. This time much smoother release, but it's no good. Rebound chased down by Frontenac. Ahead to Tinley Sullivan. Now they get it back to Marley Stout. Inside as Fort Scott is again back to a 2-3 zone. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go. Rebound taken by the Raiders. Turnaround shot there, no good, but a foul. And we'll have a couple of free throws coming for Frontenac. Foul's going to go on Kylie Comstock. I believe that's just her second tonight. Haven't called a lot of fouls in this one this evening. Been a pretty clean game. Free throws for Frontenac. First one is lipping out, no good for Stout. She was 2 for 2 in the first half from the charity stripe, but misses that one. Second free throw on the way, and that one is good. And now Fort Scott loses the ball out of bounds. Back to Frontenac. Inside it goes to the block. Ball knocked away, though. Stolen by the Fort Scott Lady Tigers as Rayleigh Cowan came out of there with it. Ahead it goes to Gorman. She'll drive the baseline. Shot there, a little strong. Rebound is loose out of bounds. It'll go stay with Fort Scott, actually. So it was off of the Raiders, so Allie Brown will do the inbounding here with 5:37 to go in regulation. Again, don't forget the boys' game is coming up next. We'll have that for you here on Duck Bait TV. We will stop the broadcast and restart it again. We'll tell you more about that once we get to the conclusion of this game here. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Brown works it into the lane, now kicks it back out. Shot there is good from Comstock. That should put her at 15 for the night. Again, that's her season average for the Lady Tigers. Shot here is too strong. Rebound chased down by Rayleigh Cowan. Drive to the bucket. Shot is no good, but a foul. And it looks like Kylie will be the one heading to the free throw line. Foul is on Marley Stout. That's number 2 on her. Free throw is no good. Second free throw, that one rims out as well. McElroy fought for it, but Frontenac able to come away with it. Inside it goes to the elbow. Pass deflected. Stolen by McElroy. Ahead to Brown, who's wide open. Allie brings it down the right side of the lane and puts the layup in. Allie with 4 now tonight. Fort Scott continuing to pull away now from Frontenac. This game was close a few times. The Raiders had it down to 5 a couple of times in the first half, but Fort Scott has been able to push this lead out. They led 17-9 at the break. They led by 10 at the end of the third quarter, now up 36-18. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go. Rebound chased down by Fort Scott, and we got a jump ball, and possession arrow favors Frontenac. In fact, if my scorebook is right, Frontenac is not. Well, I missed a free throw there. It is 36-19. Marley Stout did hit one of her 2 free throws just a few moments ago. There's a shot that doesn't go for the Raiders. Rebound Fort Scott. Pass goes to the elbow. Now inside. Shot there is no good, but a foul. Foul's going to go on Hadley Goodwin, her second. And Aubrey will go to the line for 2. Kinley Clements checks in for the Lady Tigers. Kinley, a 5'11 sophomore. They also get Lorelei Clark back on the floor. Frontenac quickly gets it inside. Now back out. Three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go. Rebound loose. Inside. Still loose on the floor. Picked up by the Raiders. Three-pointer now. That one goes. Maddie Bland with the three-pointer there. And now hand check foul, it looks like. Lakin Sullivan picks that one up, her first. Shot there doesn't go. Rebounded by Frontenac, but Abby Gorman steals it away. Misses the shot on the rebound on the follow, though. And Frontenac comes away with it. 2:23 to play here in the quarter. And now it looks like a foul on Fort Scott. Abby will pick up the foul there. Just the second one on the Lady Tigers here in the quarter. Drive to the bucket and a layup. Oh, they're going to say it's on the floor, so the layup won't count. Foul on Clements. Inbounds play for Frontenac, and I don't think we're getting in another foul on Fort Scott here. Lorelei Clark will pick up her first foul. Next one on the Lady Tigers puts Frontenac in the bonus for the rest of the night here. They'll go inside to Goodwin. Shot there, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Frontenac. Now it's knocked away by Aubrey Yarrick ahead to Gorman. She's got a defender coming behind her, but able to make the move. Clark with three, and that one's no good. Rebound. Aubrey had it in her hands and then lost it out of bounds, so it'll go back over to Frontenac. Tough luck there for Aubrey Yarrick. And now Clements will check back out as Kylie Comstock will come back on the floor for Fort Scott with 1:46 to play. And another Frontenac turnover. Give the ball back to Fort Scott. Baseball pass ahead to Comstock, and she'll lay it up and in. And foul. And look, hopefully Kylie's okay. She took a tumble on that one. So the basket is good. Foul is going to go on Hadley Goodwin, her third. Free throw is short. And Frontenac comes away with a rebound. Layup doesn't go. Rebound loose. Picked up by Frontenac. Another putback. This one by Goodwin doesn't go. Comstock grabbed the rebound and then had it stolen away. And now we got a whistle and a foul on the Lady Tigers, I believe. It is going to be the third one on Kylie here, and that's going to put Frontenac in the bonus. Free throw is good, the first one for Lakin Sullivan. Second free throw is also good. So Lakin Sullivan hits both of them there. That'll make it 39-24. And it looks like another foul on Frontenac as those are beginning to pile up on both teams now. It was pretty clean for the first three quarters. That's going to be on Maddie Bland, her first. And that'll put Fort Scott in the bonus. Again, there isn't really a bonus and double bonus anymore, as I guess you could say it's automatically just a double bonus. J.C. Rogers hits the first free throw. The foul's resetting at the end of each quarter. There's no more 1-and-1 in high school basketball in Kansas anymore. There's a three-pointer on the way. That one too short. Rebound chased down by Frontenac, and then I think we're going to get a foul on Fort Scott again. Oh, nope, tie ball. Tie ball. So Fort Scott will get possession here with 1:02 to play. And now Coach Steps is going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout, try to set up some end-of-game scenarios. Fort Scott has won every one of their games by more than 15 points. That's the cutoff as far as the average. We talked about that with the football team this year. Football, it's 13, but I believe basketball, it's 15 for the average points when you come down to tiebreakers and things for the state playoffs. And Fort Scott has held a pretty high average in that, so they haven't had a whole lot of these end-of-game scenarios where you got to set up a play and you got to score and things like that. So trying to get something set up here so the Lady Tigers have a chance to kind of run through some things. They will run into some of those as we go throughout the season, and may run into something like that on Friday night as they head down to Altamont to play Labette County. The Lady Grizzlies are undefeated at this point in the season as well. Here's a whistle and a foul, at least coming into action tonight. Labette County 6-0. Topeka Hayden also 6-0. Fort Scott at 5-0. Foul here is on Reese Franklin, and it's going to be Aubrey Yarrick shooting the free throws, makes the first one. So Allie Kalishaw will check in for the Lady Tigers, a 6-foot sophomore. They also get Kinley Clements back on the floor. Second free throw is no good there by Yarrick. Pass goes inside. Turnaround shot is good for Frontenac. That was Hadley Goodwin. That's just her fourth point of the night. Fort Scott has held her down pretty well. Aubrey Yarrick out there right now for the Lady Tigers with Lorelei Clark, Kinley Clements, Allie Kalishaw, and Allie Wheeler all on the floor right now for the Lady Tigers. And it looks like Tessa Lancaster is about to check in at the next available opportunity. And we got a whistle, and it looks like a travel going to be called on Fort Scott. So Tessa Lancaster will check in now. She's a 5'8" sophomore for the Lady Tigers. She had a knee injury at the very beginning of last season that cost her all of her freshman year, or most of her freshman year. And so good to see her out there and participating. She's been able to get into a few games here for the Lady Tigers so far this season. 1 second left. The horn sounds, and that will take us to the end of this one as Fort Scott will come away with a victory here, 41-26, your final score, as Fort Scott wins this one here tonight over the Frontenac Lady Raiders. We'll take a short break, come back and wrap the girls game up in just a few moments. This is Fort Scott Lady Tiger basketball on Duckbait TV. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. Patty West and Crystal Cowan are a mother-daughter duo selling personal and commercial insurance. If you need home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, business, or commercial insurance, they've got you covered. Visit them at 3 East Wall Street in downtown Fort Scott or call 620-223-0700. If you need residential, interior, or exterior painting done, or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura et Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help you with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617. Need a full mani-pedi before big weekend plans? Or maybe you want some special nail art to celebrate your favorite singer's football-playing boyfriend? Either way, Delina Beatty is ready to help. Nails by Delin is on all the socials, and you can call or text at 620-704-1315. Nails by Delin at Spoiled Brat on 3rd Street in downtown Fort Scott. Welcome back as we begin to wrap things up here for the girls' game and get you set for the boys' game in just a few moments. The Lady Tigers get the win here tonight, 41-26, the final score here. Let's run through your leading scorers. Again, Kylie Comstock, the leader for the Lady Tigers, as she got 17 points in this one. Mentioned her average coming into tonight, 15, so it'll stay right around there with the 17 she scored in this one tonight. Abby Gorman had 7 for the Lady Tigers this evening. Aubrey Yarick ended the night with 4. Claire McElroy had 4. Allie Brown ended up with 4. J.C. Rogers had 3. And Rayleigh Cowan had 2 for the Lady Tigers. Frontenac didn't have anybody in double figures, but they were led by Addison Myers, who had 5. Also, Taylor Kaiser had 5. Hadley Goodwin ended the night with 4. Let's see here. Maddie Bland had 3. Marley Stout ended with 3. Lakin Sullivan had 2. Casey McGowan had 2, and Reese Franklin had 2. And that's your scores for Frontenac in this one here tonight. So again, the Fort Scott Lady Tigers improved to 6-0 with their win here tonight. They will get back into league play on Friday as they travel down to Labette County. We're planning to have that one for you here on Duckbait TV as well. So hopefully you'll be able to join us on that on Friday. But anyway, thanks again for joining us here this evening. We'll go ahead and stop the broadcast here, and then we'll get things set up and reset for the guys' game. So give us about 5 minutes, and then refresh the device you're watching us on, and we should have the guys' game up and ready for you at that point. So like I said, we'll stop the broadcast here. We'll get things set up for the guys' game coming up in just a few moments. And so, again, like I said, give us about 5 minutes or so, and then refresh the device you're watching us on, and we should be up and running with the boys' game in just a few minutes. Thanks again for joining us here on Duckbait TV. The Fort Scott Lady Tigers with the win here tonight, 41-26. We'll be back with the boys' game in just a few moments